My name's Cadence Schreiner. I grew up in Iowa, in a small town. I would say I had a pretty normal childhood until I was about 5. My mom married my stepfather, and my childhood turned very abusive. I was treated kind of like a Cinderella. I was doing all the household chores while my stepsister and brother got spoiled. When I first found out I was transgender, I was 11, but I didn't have words for it, so I came out as lesbian. When I was 14, though, I started looking online and found the word transgender, and I was like, oh, that fits me. It was hard, especially in high school, because everybody was getting bullied that was LGBT at my high school. My little brother, I told him when I first found out, and he was like, oh, well, you've always been my big brother. This isn't anything different. I needed to get away from my family. So I met my partner online, and he took me from Iowa to Philadelphia. And then we were homeless in Philadelphia. It was scary, but more annoying than anything. If you ever slept outside, bugs are calling on you. Philadelphia is a very scary place to be out on the streets in. I guess I'd say I'm an artist of all sorts, and I'm very expressive about who I am. I draw comics, I just draw everything. I work with almost every media known to man. I get at least one or two people every week who come up and I'm like, make sure you check out my comic. And they're like, oh, you do the comic? I love the comic. I even had some lady come up and tell me that she cuts out every comic and she puts it on her bulletin board, and now her bulletin board's full of my comics. I feel proud of myself. My parents tried very hard to subdue my voice. So in my life, I had to re-find my voice. And finally, I stood up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fight back, because nobody's going to bring me down anymore. I want to be the voice for people who don't have a voice, because I know what it's like not to have one. Hang in there, because it's gotta get better. And it might get worse, but eventually it will get better.